Hi, and welcome to part 2 of an introduction to Squarespace. If you missed part 1, I'll drop a link below. It gives you kind of a bird's eye overview of the Squarespace experience. Now, in this video, I wanted to focus on a website page and show you how that is laid out, what it's made up of, and how you'll edit it. Now, I'm here in my Pages menu on the website, and you can see Home, and most of the pages here have this little page icon with a corner turned down. That's the kind of page we're going to look at today. We're not going to look at collections like blogs or portfolios or events. Those are set up entirely differently. But I did want to show you how a page is set up. So for every page on your website, you have a header, you have a footer, and then you have sections in between. So let's just take a look here at the home page on my scribe template for authors. I'm going to click edit, and you can see if I roll over the top part here, I have an option to edit the site header. Now this header appears on every page of your website unless you've chosen to turn it off. You can do that easily, and I have a video that I will also link below if you want to check out how to do that. But the header typically appears at the top of every page of your website. Similarly, at the bottom of your website, you have a website footer. Now, a website footer can be made up of one or more sections. In this particular template, it's one section, but you can have multiple sections in your footer. And in between the two, you have sections for your page. So you can see as I roll over here, it says add block on the left. This is a fluid engine section that allows me to add blocks and move them around for layouts. This is the same fluid engine section, same. This section you'll notice is a little different, and we have an edit content button on the right over here. This is called an auto layout list section. We do have special sections like this that are really great when you're using things that need to appear in a grid. We also have sections that are galleries. So if you are working on a very image heavy website, you may want to check out the gallery sections. But the main thing to remember is that you've got header and footer that appear on every page, unless you've turned them off, and then sections in between. And those sections are what make up your website. So if I click exit here and I go into About, you can see I have a section here and a section underneath. So two sections on this one. The home page had 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. It's easy to tell on this template because I have some alternating background colors, so it's really clear where the sections start and end. On some templates, they all have the same background color, so you would have to just hit edit and then scroll down to see where you can add sections to know where those delimiters are. Now, you can absolutely add sections to your website. A handy trick is if there is a section that is exactly the layout you want or really similar, you can save that section. So let's say I want to use this again. And if I go down and hit add section, I can go into save sections and add that section back. Now, the beauty of this, especially with fluid engine sections like this one, is that you have to basically redo your layout in mobile view for it to look right. But once you've saved that section and you reuse it, if you've already done the layout for mobile and you're just changing around some text or images, you don't have to rework it in mobile. If you change a little more, you won't have quite as much work to do in mobile. So it's a really great way to add sections easily. Now, you can also add sections from this menu in Squarespace. So if I click intro, it's going to give me a lot of intro sections. Contact, tons of contact sections. And what you want to do as you're using these pre-built sections is to look for something that feels like the rest of your website. So for me, if I chose this with these scalloped borders and scallops, that doesn't look like anything else on my website, and it would feel a little out of place here. So keep in mind the overall look and feel of your website when you're adding these sections in. Now, another thing that you can do is you can move sections up and down. So you can rearrange them really easily. And if you're reusing one on the same page, you can hit duplicate. You don't even have to save it, and you can just move it down to where you want it to go. Save sections works great if you're going to reuse it on a different page. So that is how you use your website. You've got the header, you've got the footer, you've got sections in between. And I'll spend a little more time in a future video on these different types of sections and how to use them, but I wanted to kind of give you the lay of the land before you jump in so you can understand how it's all put together. I hope this was helpful, and I wish you all the best with your website.